Say hi to
Oops. Hey, Alex. I hope you're doing good. Is it on? Yeah, it is.
I can't tell if we're on.
Oh,
Let me talk
Alex, can you hear me?
to
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're on.
We're on? We're on.
Hold on,
Uh-oh.
hold on. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Alex. Okay.
Getting nervous.
Yeah.
I'm getting nervous. What do I do?
No, I'm not. I'm not nervous. Jesus.
No, me.
Oh, you're nervous.
Oh, yeah. What if I say something stupid?
Shake it off. Shake it off. And you'll be fine.
Shaking it up. Shaking it up. I'm good.
All right, we'll wait for more to see if T comes back and Zoom, because I tell him I'll be right back.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Alex, is Matt still on? Alex would be an awesome person to come on too, but
Okay.
I don't know if he's at Matt. Alex, are you at Matt?
We'll find out. See if he says anything in chat. See if he's still alive.
Right.
He might be afraid to say something. You never know.
No, he's not. He's not shy.
All I did was put an eye in chat. My chat. Make sure my chat's working. Oh,
He's
there he is.
saying I.
High as a kite. Internet sucks here. I was
I
on
like
Matt, but internet sucks. Got drop off internet to we. That's how they get you. They get you with the internet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Crazy stuff. You would think, the technology would be a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, group hugs.
Group hugs. I forgot how do you put it in to say group hugs.
Oh, I did it on its own. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but you could type it in like say hugs Jason hugs or something like that, and it comes out. Cat sends hi. Or hugs. Something like that.
If this works.
It's been a long time. for Mr. Nightball, he's been pitting for a while. He's not friendly right now. He's still upset because he came out finally in the shadows. In the dark.
You've been hiding.
Yeah, he's all rested.
Yeah, well, hugs don't work.
Yeah, so funny. So Alex, do you have internet? Does he have internet? Is that what he's saying?
Well, he's having internet issues, I think.
I think you have to put.
He can hear us. He's high as a kite. Internet sucks there. He was on Matt's, but internet sucks and got drop off internet.
Oh.
So yeah. He's either having internet issues or he's just too high to work it properly. Maybe a mixture of both. Well, JB, what's up, dude?
Hey, JB. Yo. Thank you for coming. Well, Jason, let's start. I mean, I don't know if they're coming back, T or Zoo. But we can start. We can start our talk. All right. We're gonna take some steps back, right, from the beginning that we started, which is the Hopi tribes, the prophecy. And the prophecy is almost identical as the prophecy of Daniel. They have been spoken in the book of Daniel as well, just like the other world and the first, second, and third, and this world and the fifth world that is come to, that's coming soon. But
Yeah,
the Hopi prophecy is more deeper than what we all think, right? I mean, it's
that's right.
very deep.
That's right. There's parts of it that they have not shared with us yet,
Yeah,
but
very
they are
true.
supposed to share it with us when it's time.
Yes. And have they spoke about like they are responsible for the land, right? And has the Hopi prophecy or the Hopi tribe speaks when they don't plant their corn right away, disasters comes to the land because they are responsible. But again, the Hopi goes deeper than we all think of the prophecy. Why are they located at in Arizona? Um, and the reason really why they're there. And I think you and I know that answer, right?
We at least suspect it. Yeah, we have a lot of good evidence to support it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so the Hopi tribe knows that they call it Kachina, right? Or the blue star, or what's the other word
Right.
that they use? What was it?
That's right. The Blue Star Kachina
Hmm.
or the
But there's
Blue Star Kashina, depending on which translation.
right.
One of them means star brother, the other one means sky brother. So they're very
Uh-huh.
similar.
Hey, oh my God, it's been a long time. Let me, okay, foolishness. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Okay, so what were you saying? I'm sorry, Jason.
Uh, just about the word Kachina and the word Kashina. One of them means
Okay,
sky brother, and one of them means star brother.
okay.
Not sure which one's the correct usage, but they're both used depending on who you talk to.
Like in the same meaning of it? Is that what we're talking about in the same meaning or a different meaning of each one? Like
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
okay.
They both you know come from the sky or the stars, which is can be considered the sky.
Mm-hmm. I
So
see.
yeah. So apparently we're waiting on this blue Kachina or Kashina,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and every single bit of the prophecy has been fulfilled except for one thing, the very last, the ninth
Mm-hmm.
event that's supposed to happen, and we're waiting for a dwelling place in the sky to crash to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like the International Space Station to me.
Okay.
And what gets me is they predicted this like, how many hundreds of years ago?
A long time. Okay. Well,
Yeah, a very long
a
time.
lot of, yeah, well, they call that the ant people are the ones that took care of them, right?
That's right.
When
The
the
ant people, which
third
is
world.
very interesting. The Hopi word for ant is Anu,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hopi word for friend, which they call them the ant friends, is
Mm-hmm.
Naki. So you have Anunnaki, ant friends, which also relates to the
That's
Sumerian
very
stories about
interesting.
the
I
Anunnaki.
knew, yeah, that's
Yeah,
very interesting. I didn't get into it now. How weird. But yeah, that sounds right because, you know, they say that the ant people took care of them. And we're not just talking this world, they've been taking care of them from the beginning, the Hopi tribes.
ever since the
And
flood.
so, yeah, so the ant people are maybe, don't know, ready for the next world with the Hopi tribes because they're going to enter to the fifth
Oh, yeah.
world, just like they entered all these four worlds. They're going to enter the fifth. And the reason
That's
why
right.
is because they're supposed to lead the people. on earth, and the next world, how to live on land again. And
Again,
also they're responsible for the land again. You know, it's how can I put it? See, grandfather has a native way of saying it. He gave us the tools how to prepare ourselves on earth, how to eat from the
yeah.
earth, from the ground, you know. And this is why it's very important that we should have done it a long time ago, not just in the 1800s or whatever the years that.
Well, apparently we did. We got away from it.
Okay,
In the
well,
beginning, all the tribes were following the instructions of how to live
right,
life on this earth.
right.
Each of the four races was given two tablets,
Hmm.
and they were told not to throw them on the ground and break them, or we would be in very bad times. And then, of
Right.
course, that makes the story in the Bible very interesting because Moses, when he came down from the mountain, threw his tablets on the ground,
And broke
broke them.
into four pieces.
Yeah,
And those four pieces are supposed to come together, which is the races, which is, the you have the air, right? You have the land, and you have the sky, and you have what's the other one?
the red race, which we
Right.
called Native Americans,
Mhm.
they were given the guardianship of the earth. They were to
Okay.
learn how to uh, plant food and take care and nourish the earth.
Mhm.
The black race, um, they have their tablets supposedly still at the foot of Mount Kenya. They were given the guardianship of the water, and
Mhm.
no surprise to learn that a lot of the advances in blood work have been
Mhm.
done by the black race. The guardianship of the air was given to the yellow race, and their tablets are supposedly in Tibet,
Mhm.
and they have learned breathing exercises to connect with the spirit. So there is no surprise there. And the white race was given the guardianship of fire. And in all of the white race's inventions, from the light bulb to trains, vehicles, at the very center of each of these things, you will find the fire.
Mhm.
Combustion engine, the filament in the light bulb,
Mhm.
and supposedly their tablets are still in Switzerland, I believe.
Mhm.
And every single one of those people who have the tablets, they're all in the mountains. Tibetan mountains, Mount Kenya, mountains in Switzerland, and of course the Hopi.
Mhm.
Very interesting
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, it's all coming together from what Daniel said. The book of Daniel speaks a lot about what we're going through now.
Yeah.
Daniel spoke about 500 years before the Son of Man was born. So here we are in the time of Daniel, which is coming to complete the prophecy. Like I said, the Hopi tribes were in the time of Daniel as well, because they are completing the other prophecy, which is the prophecy of old, all right, not the prophecy that's happening now. This is, they have to complete it. And Daniel, when he gave the warnings and the alerts, like any other person that gives today, um, nobody listened to him. See, and what goes with Daniel is that he was a young boy, right? Mm. And of course, grandfather used him to bring out, the people from doing sin, which is the Ten Commandments at that time. So nobody listened to him at all. And this is another warning that he gave in the prophecy about the end times. Are we listening to him? What's going on today? I don't know. I mean, everybody thinks different, you know, their own ways.
Very true.
But yeah, but the book of Daniel does speak a lot what's going on.
I
And,
agree.
there's others that are in the Bible, the book in the Bible. I speak also, but I go more strongly with Daniel and Ezekiel 38, 39. That has a lot to do with what's going on too.
Not that familiar with Ezekiel, but the book of Daniel, especially the dream sequence with the statue.
Right. Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
definitely
very
ties in
important.
with the Hopi prophecy of the five world.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the Hopis, they're ready for what's coming. They already know it's coming. They always have been speaking about it. But now, one of the elders has said that they are very near to the time of the fifth world. Now, it's not just the Hopi tribes that feels this way. There's many other tribes of around the world, I say, but I'm just gonna talk about America, the Turtle Land. They're
Yep.
yeah, I'm Turtle Land. Yeah, Turtle Land. But I was just gonna say, shoot, I forgot.
My bad.
Yeah, you're in trouble. um,
Story of my life.
uh, you
An elder
know,
came out and started speaking.
yeah, that the time is near to enter the fifth world. The elders know it's their culture, their ways of taught, being taught about what's going to happen or how to prepare themselves, you know. So they had to learn too, like just we have to, but they know how to survive. And look at us today, right? We can't really survive without electronics, right? But in those days, they rely on grandfather very much. And grandfather spoke to him in a different way so they can do their understanding with grandfather. And the Hopi tribes are, and the other tribes, that's what it is. And the other tribes, they have the same similar of the Hopi tribe of their prophecy, but they say in different words, but it's the same meaning and what they're talking about with the Hopi tribes. It lines up.
I don't
So
really know that we're going to be without technology because
I don't know neither.
we have people like Walter Russell, who was a
Hmm.
physicist during Einstein's time,
Hmm.
uh, who actually spoke with grandfather and was given physics that align with what's actually going on here in the universe as opposed to Einstein. And I'm sorry if anybody's a fan of Einstein, but Walter Russell was a lot more accurate, and he spoke about grandfather, and he got his information directly from grandfather.
Hmm.
Spoke with Nikola Tesla,
Hmm.
and Tesla told him that people just aren't ready for his work. So Einstein ended up getting the spotlight, and of course, his theories have a lot of issues with them, can't be reconciled with quantum mechanics and the whole nine. But Walter's work, he was actually able to make an electric generator without any moving parts. It just had warm water in it. It was set up to a certain configuration, and you can probably find this online. That's where I found it. Um, and he was able to power his entire university that he worked at and have electricity left over um, with this crazy generator he invented using the physics that he was shown.
Hmm. But you know how things are coming to pass with Daniel though, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, it does line up with the prophecy of the Hopi. Remember, they're I think they were there at the same time. I'm not thinking they were because we already found the information on that anyways. But the Hopi tribes, they wonder why they're at the place right now in that reservation on the top, by the four corners. I remember one of the Kima, I think that's his name. He was
Mhm.
talking
Yeah.
about, yeah, he was talking about how their people went different ways, which is in the four corners. And he said that if they all came back to the reservation where they all belong, then they can continue what they're supposed to do with their culture and what they're here for. But unfortunately, they all went separate ways, like other natives, right?
Oh yeah.
But I
Uh,
think,
they say that a lot of the youth have been corrupted by the white man,
uh-huh.
like me. I hope I didn't corrupt anyone.
Yeah, see, that's Jason. Um, I mean, you got to think about why the Hopi tribes are in Arizona. I mean, if you do more research like we have, um, it would prove you 100% why they're here. I mean, has they said that they owe the half of the territory of the United States? Then you have these other tribes saying that they owe some other land, right? And it keeps going. But I really believe that the Hopi own all half of America. And
Yeah.
from the
You know
other
how I
half,
feel about that.
I know, but that's what they say. I'm just saying what they say.
Yeah.
Quote, quote, on it. But yeah, that's what they said. Kima said that. And
Yeah.
but what they did talk about is that when you start seeing these events, weather-wise, that disasters will hit us in no time.
Yeah.
And
Well, all the old stories say that at the end of the cycle,
uh-huh.
cycle being like the first world, the second world, third world, and of course this world. The stories say that the end of every one of those worlds, the inhabitants found technology, and of course, we always abuse it. And a lot of people know about weather warfare and weather manipulation, things like that.
Mhm.
Although not everybody agrees on it, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that could be tied into it. All this man-made weather,
Yeah.
and it's part of the cycles. People
Right.
in their hubris trying to play grandfather.
hmm
Yeah.
Sometimes many people, I'm not gonna say specific what group or whatever. Many people, how can I put this? Don't believe that the fifth world is coming. Many people think it's just a way of saying that it's coming. But if you see all the signs right now, what we're going through financially, here in our country, we're going through inflation and so on, so on. And we see it in the very edge of the fifth world. It doesn't matter what the Bible says or the book of Revelation. Those that are in the spiritual realm, like I am, and others, many like me, they know, they sense what's coming. Not because what the Bible taught you, right? It goes by grandfather's spirit, which is the great spirit of grandfather, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, how you want to name it. But that's how you're gonna know. Because without grandfather's spirit, you're gonna be totally lost, blind. You won't able to hear, see, or speak because you need grandfather to understand what's going on in the world, but also so he can lead you to the right path, what you're supposed to do on earth, right? You and I have a reason why we're here. Everyone should know their reasons, but unfortunately we don't, right? But
We're taught not to.
right. But the spirit of grandfather, when it's in you, you get to see all these things to cure. just exactly how it's supposed to line up,
Yeah.
what Daniel said. And in the spiritual realm, needs to lead you to the truth and not to the lies, a deception. Because see, I can go and do a live stream like right now and talk about all this stuff, blah blah blah. But yet if I don't have spirit, grandfather spirit in me, I'm misleading and lying to the people that are watching, right? Because I don't know it. But see, in the spiritual realm, you do know it. And this is
Yep.
why, you know, it's prevented by you to get hurt. Like for instance, if you're going to drive down the street and an angel or grandfather let you know that something's going to happen to you, don't pass the light, don't leave or whatever if it's green. But anyways, you don't go, you see a car passing you, you get hit. So when you hear that inner in you or you hear that little whisper, you know it's grandfather. How can there be no communication without grandfather if you don't have the spirit?
I agree. I
When you
agree.
have, huh?
You have to shut off your ego, quiet that voice in your head,
Mhm.
and learn to listen. And that's where grandfather will talk to you.
Exactly. I mean, he has beat me out in many situations, like I said before, but I'm not gonna go into much detail about that. But we, like myself, I humble a lot for with grandfather because I want that spirit in me. I want his spirit in me because I want him to lead me to where the right path, not the wrong path. I've been through that already, and now mine is all straight ahead on that path. But without his spirit, we're lost. I'm gonna just be straight honest. We're lost. We don't have the
Agree.
discernment. We don't have where to go without his presence in us. And people think, many people think that they can work without him in their life. But
Mm.
unfortunately, you do by flesh and not by the spirit. And when you do it by flesh, you have chaos right behind you. When you
Well,
do it by the
you actually can work without him, but you'll have a lot of
no,
stress and anxiety.
yeah, but I see it that, you know, for me, it's spiritual. It's more important to me than anything else. And
Right.
because, like I said, I've been through a lot for him to pull me out in a lot of situations. So this is why it's very important when I'm doing, the research with you on the topic of grandfather, the topic of the truth, and not deception, not deceived, nothing, because I don't want no part of that. But I will speak the truth what grandfather wants me to speak. And one of them is, the timing. I don't know when, I don't know the time, I don't know the place, but the timing is coming near. No matter what people say, no matter what the Bible says, it's just we see it coming through the spirit. Like I said, you need his spirit to understand him more than ever. But the time is ticking, and we don't have time. And I've been preparing this for a while already since I got into YouTube, um, being preparing myself. But we're in that situation that every single person on this earth honestly should reach out and ask for that spirit of grandfather in you because that's the only way he can lead you out from the darkness to lead you
Yeah.
out like he did with the Hopi. You know he led him out from the third world to bring him into the fourth world, right? He said,
Right.
okay, you're going to
Lead to
come
the
to the
fourth.
fourth world, and he's leading them to they already done in the past three worlds, which is the land. Now in the fifth world, they're going to enter as well. How do they know? By grandfather's spirit. And this is why I say it's very important. And not just the Hopi tribes. You're talking about the whole tribes, even
Oh
around
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
But
There's stories about it all over.
yeah, but I'm just talking about our country, right? Just all America, really. Because you have all these Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, then you have Hopi, because I think those are the four main tribes that been on America before, of course, they came to this land. But it's just very interesting that what we know about the Hopis, though, because they're the ones that are going through grandfather's spirit, nothing else, not by their flesh, but by the spirit. All natives were more closer to grandfather than you and I.
Yeah,
Or the Great Spirit.
I agree. When I was growing up, I wasn't taught any of this stuff.
Hmm. Hey, Penny.
Yep,
Let
and it
me-
is I bought.
yeah, I just they've been compromised to shut down anyone telling the truth. I open with no more servers. Oh wow. But I mean, what we found these past 2 years, Jason, it's been a mind blowing, you know,
Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. I'll tell you that.
yeah, it has been. And but at the same time, very interesting. And I am so blessed that I got to know the truth, the really truth of where it began. And this is why the Hopi tribe has a lot to do with it. They're right around the Garden of Eden, even though people think it's somewhere else, but it's not. Because the Garden of Eden, if we really look where it's at, it's by the reservation of the Hopis. So, the Garden of Eden, and then you got the Hopis that's supposed to protect grandmother. That's why they're there, and they call the Grand Canyon grandmother. Now, if you look through the Grand Canyon, it has been destroyed in water because it was a flat, and when the flood came in, it took most of that canyon. And that's why they call it the Grand Canyon grandmother. So
Yep.
yeah, and which is the heart of grandmother. This is
Yeah.
why it's very important to know more about the Hopi tribes because there are deep roots about the Hopi tribes. But yeah, the Garden of Eden is there, and they're there to protect it and protect the land of all lands, not just here, all the world.
Yeah.
And they're also the ones who are responsible to heal grandmother. Like I said, they're supposed to protect her.
Yep.
And
That's their guardianship.
yeah, unfortunately, some of them aren't because everyone went different ways on the four corner. But I hope one day they'll come together, which I'm pretty sure they will, because they all know the prophecy, each one of them, even the youngies, they know the prophecy.
That's right.
So they're supposed to all come together as one. And when that happens is when they're all going to enter into the fifth world. Mm. So it's very interesting, to know all this in a short time.
It is.
Yeah.
When we were first looking into it, and we found Corral, the site Corral,
Mhm.
down near Lima, Peru.
Mhm.
Found out that it was supposedly built within 100 years after Göbekli Tepe.
Mhm. Are you
That really
welcome?
that really made me excited, but because we had evidence of a civilization here in the Americas that was almost as old as the oldest civilizations that we know of.
Mhm.
But then we stumbled across Huayatlaco, which is also down in that same area.
Mhm.
And it is conservative estimate 150 years, 150,000 years old, and likely as old as 250,000 years, which just
Mhm.
totally blows away the mainstream theory of when people came here. And
Exactly.
it's interesting that you see people like Graham Hancock now looking into it. Mainstream
Mhm.
people, mainstream voices. Of course, he's not totally mainstream, but you know what I mean.
Mhm. I mean, what we're finding, I mean, we already know it, what they're finding. But it's very interesting that a lot of them are getting into what we already know. And to
Yeah.
me, that's grandfather because grandfather's going to start showing the truth to the ones that humble to them because they're searching, their soul is searching for the truth, and the truth is right there in our hands if we just do the research. Again, spirituality has the whole key to this and
Oh, yeah.
discernment.
I agree. Yeah,
Hmm.
spirituality is a very big part of it
Hmm.
because the
So,
only thing else we have to go off of is histories that were twisted by the conquerors.
hmm.
And of course, they destroyed all the literature that remained. And I hate that.
Yeah, this is why they're trying to stop culture. But you know what? Culture, no matter what they stop it, it's inside of you. You will
That's
never
true.
forget. You will never forget your culture. You know, look at me. I don't. I won't forget my culture.
Yeah. People
No.
like me come from various ancestor backgrounds.
Mhm.
It's like I'm Irish, Scottish, German, British, um, Kushata. I've
Mhm.
got some other Native American tribe that I have no idea who it is on my father's side. Um, I come from a very diverse background, so and I grew up in the suburbs, so I really don't have a culture.
Mm. I see. Well, I do, of course. It
Yeah,
has so many cultures. But yeah, that no matter what they're trying to stop it, it's always in your heart. You will always remember what they taught you. Like I remember what my dad taught me. No, that's why I'm native because of my dad and my mom. But mostly my dad's side I hanged out. And he taught us well. He taught us how to survive on land, to eat from the land. And those are good key points that he gave us in life. Plus, the culture where my nana comes from. Yeah.
I think
And
that
that's what,
I think the
that's what they're
culture
trying.
around here involves drinking and complain
Party,
complaining.
party time. But yeah, I mean, if we forget our culture, then how are you going to teach your children or your grandchildren your culture if you don't, you know, teach it to them or keep it to your heart to give it to them in some different ways? I don't know. It's it's so weird because in these days you don't even know what you can say and don't say.
Oh, I hear that. Yeah, you got to be really careful. And why? Uh, because of a small group of people who get offended easily.
Yeah.
If you run into somebody that you hate and they say something that is hateful to you, you know that you have free speech.
Hmm.
When that stops, you're in a totalitarian system.
Yeah. The thing is that grandfather gave us freedom, right? He gave us for us to be free on this land, not just this little coop country, I'm gonna say. It's not supposed to be
Yeah,
that way. We're supposed to be free to walk on land, to eat from the land, he gave us animals to eat from, to survive. Through animals, they use their fur to make, you know, what is it, like blankets, I'm gonna say. Their
oh yeah,
skin. They salt it
yeah.
and they let it dry out there.
They used
So
every
it's
single part,
yep.
nothing went to
And they
waste.
didn't exactly. I was gonna say that just now. But yeah, I mean, I remember my nana because she's, the way they taught her, she taught us, but I didn't like what she makes sometimes. But you're right, they don't waste any food from a cow, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Um, a a pig, you gotta watch when you kill it because you can't. There's a way of killing it because if you kill it the wrong way, then you can't eat it because you just poison the pork, the pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's
Don't
a
shoot 'em.
certain way
Don't
to kill
don't
it.
shoot them in the intestines for sure.
Yeah, well, there's a way. I just don't remember, but I used to see my dad do that and it made me gross out.
Oh yeah, I
But
bet.
but there is a way to shoot or stab, whatever you want to use, of
Really.
how to kill a pig.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. I would fall in love with a pig and it'd be my pet. I'd have to go to the grocery store and just not think about what I'm buying.
I know, right? I remember when he used to kill a cow. Poor dad. Yeah, he used to just shoot him in the head, right in the forehead. I used to cry. I had to leave. I couldn't see them kill no animals.
I'd rather do my hunting at the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, I mean, grandfather gave us to eat meat,
Oh
but
yeah.
mostly grain on the
Corn.
ground, corn, maize.
Yeah.
Maize
Yeah.
was one of the most important key of their food is maize.
And
All native.
that tripped me out when I found that corn was a grass. I always thought it was a vegetable. But it was a grass.
Yeah,
But
corn.
but once you
Corn is
know it and you look at it, you're like, yeah, that is grass. That looks like a grass seed pod.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Hopi tribes. When their corn is supposed to be very tall, right? Well,
Yep.
theirs are very short, like the Hopis. I hate to say that, but I'm short too. But anyways, um, they're so tall only, and they said because the only time they get water is by the rain. Okay, what the rain comes down. But what
Oh
they
yeah.
do once it's ready, they peel all the or take off all the corn off. They'll eat a little bit, but they save the rest for the next year, and that's how they've been surviving without GMOs, without any of that crap that we're eating. So every year or whenever they plant corn, they use that seed, the good seed, and save it for the next year. That's what Kima said. And
Oh
it's very
yeah.
interesting because they're storing their house, but with good seed, with corn that is really good because they've been doing it for a long time, which is a culture thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And apparently we're going to use ours to make gasoline so that gas prices aren't so high,
Mm,
which is
yeah.
terrible, by the way. That if you leave it in your car for too long, it'll turn into sugar and it'll rust
Eat.
out the inside of your gas tank.
Yeah.
Terrible. And during a shortage of food, we're going to turn our food into gas. I'm sorry, but that's just a dumb decision.
I know, right? But I mean, it's nice to if hopefully one day I've been saying this for a while though to go to the Hopis. I want to go see Kima and the
Yep.
elders. And then I also want to go to my own roots, which is native in Mexico, which my nana was born.
Hmm.
When these territories didn't belong to who.
Yeah,
So
back when we didn't have invisible lines.
yeah, we had these puff up and down smoke single just to give
Well,
you a
I'm talking
message.
about these
I'm just
imaginary borders.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where you can't cross without your papers.
Yeah. There was nothing there, but they knew the water. For sure. That's so stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. We're a crazy society for sure.
yeah. In those days, in the 1800s, how they had it wide open, and they have the federales, right there still in the border to make sure they're supposed to be there or not.
Right.
But that's where all the bandits were at the time.
Of course. Well, how else are you going to smuggle across the border? You're not on the border.
I know. But in the 1800s, I mean, if we really go back to some of these movies, how much they tell you the truth about it, what really is.
Yeah. And they've tried to hide that. They've tried to
Mm-hmm.
hide a lot of things over the years.
Mm-hmm.
People used to get along and get together and they'd have a little barbecue party, swap stories and, do business and all kinds of things. We really don't do that anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know my neighbors. I know what they
Oh,
look like.
oh, I know mine. I just stay away from them.
Exactly.
I just stay away from. But plus I'm always busy, so I'm never hardly home. And when I am, I'm just too exhausted to go nowhere or outside.
Yeah, I think we've really lost a lot of what it means to be human, a lot of our humanity.
Yeah, I remember being young, how people used to have parties and they used to invite the neighbors. Hey, we're having pachanga over here. We're gonna, in Spanish, they will say, "Vamos a matar una vaca." We're gonna kill a cow. Come on over. And now it's like everyone's in their homes, and you know everything stopped inviting neighbors over.
Yeah.
But there used to be a lot of big parties. People will put a cow head down in the ground, right? Like the
Oh my
natives would
goodness.
do. And
You do that around here, you'll probably get the cops called on you.
not here, shoot. As long as it's on your land, you can do what you please. But yeah, we used to do that on the ranch. And they used to put it with all the seasoning and everything, and then
Yeah.
put it down with the rope all the way down. Of course, it has, you know, they turn it on, right? With fire. And once it died down, they put it down, then they cover it, and then the next day, early morning, you take it out. It's nice. All the meat falls just like very tender. And make some taquitos with some lemon and salsa.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness. You're gonna make me hungry.
Oh my god. But
I
it's
might have
good
to start a
meat.
snack break.
It's good meat.
I bet.
You know, you
I
just
bet
gotta
you
know how to prepare it, just like the natives did. They knew how what to prepare the stuff.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. And their lives depended on it. Just like
definitely.
we depend on the grocers.
Hmm. Yeah, it's how much they know than what you and I know.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they are stopping everything for the next generation to know the truth about their own culture,
Yeah.
how to survive on land. In other words,
How to be dependent on the system.
no. Um,
Yep. They want everybody dependent on the system.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. But they can't lose their culture. The culture has been in for decades. I mean, beyond the 1800s. It goes beyond that. Like I said,
Yeah.
all this is territory native. I mean, native. I mean, we're natives because we're born in the United States, but natives is our bloodline, our ancestors. They're the ones that were sacrificed, and um, and this is why they are trying still to stop us by knowing our culture, where we come from. Our DNAs are switched. They don't want you to know the truth, and unfortunately, you know it by your parents. That's the only way you're gonna know is by your parents or your grandparents. Say, hey, you so and so, you are Kickapoo or Yaki, and you're over here like, I'm Yaki and Kickapoo. when this happened, you're confused, but yet you're listening to your parents or your grandparents that this is what you are, this is where your roots are at. So, like, everyone tells me, well, you should go to, Pedra Negra, Cahuilas, the reservation there, and find your roots. And I said, well, I already know where my roots come. I just want to go and know, if I have more family there on my dad's side. And they always tell me, well, you could get money from when you were born, blah, 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 till now. And I said, I'm not interested in the money because I'm not. I just I just want to know where my roots truly comes from. And then dig into that area and then go more further on both sides. My tata and my nana, but mostly on my nana's side. Don't know why, but it's on her side that I want to go into deeper with them, with my ancestors. And we can find it. We just gotta search it.
Yeah. I actually went to a Kushada powwow, which my granny was half Kushada, and, and luckily they're right here in Texas.
Look at what you put.
So that he's
Nice.
hanging in there. He's a
Yeah.
trooper.
Hey, flat stuff. Nice. Hey, Miss Southern Belle. Sorry I didn't see you guys come in. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here. Hold on a minute. Well, she made it. 15 minutes behind, too. But, they can't kill culture. That's all I know. They can't. It's in their blood, and they're going to learn it sooner or later. But the elders are the ones that are teaching their children, teaching their children. It's going to continue. They can't stop it as long as there's another, like the 1800s, right?
Right. Plus, it's all on the internet. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it's already on the internet. So a lot of people who
Right,
aren't part of that culture have an
right,
opportunity to learn it too, which is very
right.
cool.
And the thing is, too, those powwows that they do,
Uh-huh.
that I send you videos that they just had one in, I think this month. I think. I don't know where at they had it, but they always have it every year, at least twice or once a year, one of them. And my cousins go there, and they look more native than I did because I'm white skinned, and like the Yaquis, some of them. But
Yeah.
they're more dark skinned because of my nana and my uncle, their mom and my uncle, my aunt, and my uncle. But they always go to the powwows. And this is one of the things that they want to stop, which is unfortunately it's sad because it's culture as well. And these powwows are very important to the natives. I mean, their ancestors. And the songs that they play or even sing has a lot of meaning to it. Like I told you not long ago, going to a park and they had this festival and they had natives there from, I don't know if they were Navajos or what, but there were four of them and they were playing this night good music, by the way, and they were dancing with the like a hoops,
Right.
very nice. And I went very deep with them in their music because it was like calling me, the music, and it's because I'm native. And of course, I went along with the natives, what they were singing and listening, you know,
Yeah.
very interesting. But yeah, and the powers are very strong for the natives. Just like if a Mexicano, a Mexicana from your own country, this is very dearly in culture of theirs,
Right.
right? So they're trying to destroy that too. Every culture they're trying to destroy. Just so
I
sad.
Yeah, I get stirred up every time I hear bagpipes.
Hmm? No. What?
Bagpipes?
All right. Explain a little.
Yeah. I have Scottish ancestry.
Ah, that's right. That's right. You're
I
Scottish.
worked
I
on.
thought you were
Yeah.
Irish. Aren't you
Well, I'm
Irish?
also Irish,
Oh, that's
part
what I thought.
Irish. I'm not really anything. I'm part of a lot of things
Mhm. Well,
because
we're
I'm
all
in it.
part one thing. Shit, and that's grandfather. Oops, did I say something wrong? I think that. Um, yeah, so I mean it's very interesting what's playing out with the prophecy of Daniel, his dream. This is his dream that he saw.
Yeah.
He also, if I'm correct, he is also seeing he saw two big birds, okay, flying. And these two big birds hit each other flying. And at that situation when Daniel was speaking about it, he didn't know what it meant. Well, if you really look at it, what they meant was that two birds is two airplanes, which two airplanes hit the 9/11.
Same thing.
So Daniel saw that, but he saw a bird. Of course, you know how they have the wings, right? So there were,
Well, he could have actually seen planes, but they didn't have a word. They didn't have a word for airplanes back then.
but they called it birds,
So,
right? A bird.
bird. Yeah. Everybody would
Bird.
know kind of what he was talking about if he says bird. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Yeah.
yes,
It's like,
smart people does stick together.
yeah.
Feel blood. Yippers. Let's see who else is here. That's it. Mr. T. But I mean, God, there's so much info about the Garden of Eden, the the Lake,
Yep.
Salt Lake, Utah.
Yeah.
Utah has a lot of meanings to it. What's going on? The name Arizona backwards is also a lot of meaning. So all these little here and there, you begin to put it all together as a puzzle, put it all together and you find your answer very easy. I mean, of course, it wasn't easy for us because I had to wait for grandfather to show
Yeah.
me.
True.
So,
But he led us to he led us on a very amazing journey.
oh yeah, the journey that's not stopping yet.
Yeah.
But I just really wish that people will really open up to him and let them see what we see.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a very good series of videos on YouTube. It's Walter Russell explaining meditation, and he explains it as a connection to. Uh, he says the creator. I say grandfather. Other people say
mhm,
God. Very um, different names for the same creator.
mhm,
But his videos are an excellent primer on meditation and how to connect with grandfather.
mhm. Well, we should be meditating.
Well, the people
All of us.
meditate
Agree.
more often than they realize.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're reading a book, when you're watching TV, when you're listening to music, when you're driving your car, you're in a meditative state. All has to do with
Yeah,
your current brain waves.
yeah, that's true. Connect.
Really, really easy to do.
Mhm.
Daydreaming, that's meditation.
Yeah, I don't daydream.
But if you can cut out that silent voice in your head that
Mhm,
call your thoughts, and you can really connect to grandfather, and you can learn some very profound things.
mm. That I agree very much. But and then you have what's in Arizona too. The Ark of. So let's see. You started to see
Ark of the Covenant.
when. Yeah,
I'd have
it's
to
in
see
here.
it.
They say it's in here in Arizona now. a lot of that are investigating this, which we already know where we got the info, right?
Good night, Kimba.
Hey, Kimba, good night. See you tomorrow. Be ready to sing, Kimba. I'm gonna sing one of Tracy Chapman. What was I gonna say?
Ark of the Covenant, Arizona.
Yeah, cause we've seen videos, right, about where it's at, and there's more proof than anything that where it's at. It's right there by the Hopi tribes. Everything is right there. If people
Well,
just research it.
I would have to
Yeah.
actually see it to say that.
Well, yeah,
I've
I
seen
know we
proof.
gotta see it,
But
but the
but
human, right?
there's a good bit of evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta go with my gut instincts. I think it is.
Yeah, there's a good possibility that it
Yeah. Very interesting. And then you have the four races already here in the United States,
right.
and
And
this
that was
is all right. It's all here, which is the mix of races, what they're
yeah.
talking about.
And then of
And
course you
so,
have the only Decalogue stone is in New Mexico.
hmm
Mhm.
and then you have in California the oldest. What was it? 1,000 acres. Was it California?
Yeah, Southern California is a 150,000-year-old mammoth hunting site.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, if you listen to the mainstream, people weren't even here at that point. And then if you go further south, like I said earlier, the city of Hueyatlaco could be 250,000 years old.
Yep, Kimba. I agree. That's the one, JB. Poor JB. But yeah, that's the one I'm gonna sing tomorrow. But
Give me
yeah,
one.
I mean, mm-hmm. 2014 for all stand up joke. She's like,
I like it. That was a good joke.
I didn't get the last part. I didn't read the last part. Just that title. Just
My
the
brother would
title of
love
the
that one.
song. I just saw the title of the song. And I was like, yeah. Oh my God, Jamie. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of key arrows, I'm going to say, points to Arizona. And this is why the four races has to bring the tablet. And I'm pretty sure when Moses dropped it on the ground, it broke into four pieces.
Yep. And that would be why we're having such a terrible, terrible time here. All these disasters,
Yeah.
according to the Hopi.
Yeah. Yeah. So those four races need to bring the tablets in, and once they're all completed, then we know.
Exactly. And Pahana is supposed to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Pahana it means the true white brother. He left with a corner of the Hopi tablet long ago, and he's supposed to bring it back after this dwelling place in the sky falls and crashes to the earth. And he's supposed to bring the piece of that tablet back so that they'll know it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Pahana had all the attributes of Jesus in the Bible. Um, and that was just one of the names that he went by when he was here in the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
Also went by Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, um,
Marcia.
Viracocha.
Marcia, I think. But that's in Azteca and Inca, Mexico, that name, I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and you'll find these stories all over the place.
Hmm.
Not just in the Americas, not just in the Bible.
It's all over.
Yeah, and funny enough, they all say that he was a bearded white man with blue eyes.
Hmm. But the prophecy of Daniel and the Hopi are coming to pass very soon. We're going on through a bumpy road pretty soon, and uh, just hold on to the ride. That's all we could do. At least in our country, right?
Right. Well, I
Right.
think everywhere though.
But yeah.
The Hopi say that those who already live in their hearts
Hmm.
are already in the great shelter of life.
Hmm.
Then they go on to say that there is no shelter for evil.
Yeah. But it's just so how everybody comes to the same meaning, though. All tribes,
Right.
but in a different way, different words, but it's all in the same meaning and the same reason, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it? But I mean, we have so much to say, right, Jason? I mean, we don't even know where to start, honestly.
We haven't prepared anything really yet.
You know, it's all saved. It's all saved. But yeah. You know, the what is gonna be interesting is what I had told you about grandmother and a creator, which is grandfather. That's gonna be very interesting to talk about because people are just gonna say, I don't believe that, right?
Oh yeah,
But
people are gonna say about anything. Anything
anything,
you say, there's gonna be people who don't agree.
right?
That's
It's
absolutely
normal.
fine.
But it's okay because sooner or later it needs to be said. And when that time comes, we'll know. But grandmother and grandfather are working together for sure.
Yeah.
And these crises that we're going through weather-wise, um, you know, we know that they're trying to destroy it, or they did destroy it really, because us humans are not taking care of our planet in the beginning. If we were all taught to teach your children, grandchildren how to take care of the earth, that would have put us in a different way of thinking about grandmother.
That's true. With all the earthquakes and volcanoes and all that, all the seismic activity everywhere was just ramping up. And
Hey,
you
Matt.
know something's happening.
There's
Oh,
Matt.
Matt. Howdy, bud. Caught us.
Yeah. So I don't know. We need to get people up on the panel to talk about their tribe. What is their meaning or their culture? Is it different compared to the others, or um their prophecy, in other words? It has to come in the same prophecy but different ways. But I would like to hear their part. I mean,
I
I
hear
don't know
that.
how.
Origin stories, anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You know, the best way to meditate is hearing native um meditation.
Music and drums. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
And also to bring your spirit a little, if you're so hyper, to bring your spirit down a little. You can also hear the flute. I love hearing those. The flute, how they play, the natives.
Uh-huh.
That is also a smoothing way to go through your day, in other words, or even through night. You can't sleep.
Yeah, I agree. I used to listen to an artist called Coyote Old Man
Hmm.
back when I was in high school. I played the crap out of that tape. Absolutely destroyed it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
is Matt still here?
Don't know.
Okay, well he's drenched. Um, I don't know. So how to get people on the panel that are natives, or even not natives, to see what they got their understanding on it,
Hmm.
or if they are, give me your understanding about the Great Spirit, about Grandfather and their culture, because I think we're all the same but different, culture wise.
Yeah.
I don't know. Want to buy one with a chocolate covering? Earth is a raisin shape.
Yeah, with a chocolate covering.
Oh,
He may be
okay.
onto something there.
Mhm. Chocolate. A raisin. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know. The chocolate covered raisins are very good.
Yeah.
You don't like them?
Yeah, I just like raisins the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going back to what we were saying about spirituality. I mean, all I know is that spirituality to me is very important. Even grandfather and even the natives that had gave their lives for this country,
Yeah.
for their land. I mean,
For
and
their nation. I think that's the word they use is nation.
nation. Yeah, that's true. Their nation. And I remember the what is it in South Dakota? Where are they called? Um South and North Dakota. Oh, Kota. Or is that how you pronounce it?
Lakota?
Yeah, they also that chief that died not years, I think it's like 3 years ago, maybe longer. How
Uh-huh.
he was standing for his people, and he spoke these words saying that if we don't stand for our people, then we will lose our lands. And he was saying it for the future generations to come. And now, as I know, if I recall it when I heard it, I don't know if you heard it, but I'm pretty sure you're the one who told me. But anyways, how the natives are coming together, and if once I told you, once they come together as one, then you know for sure the fifth world is near, because that is what it needs to be done. They need to come together as one nation, like they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
See, if we look at the natives, how they were so lied and deceived as well, how they separated because one wanted this and the other tribe wanted that. It's in the same tribe. So instead of, well, you can't give us this, then we're just gonna go somewhere else, right? So they end up separating their own clan, their the tribe into two. So let's say they divide it in two. One clan, say Navajo, and the other one is Apache, but they're the same brothers and sisters. The only difference is that they separated. Like my Nana tribe, they were from Kansas and Oklahoma when they first started. Has the the tribe, but my
Right.
Nana, her group, has Kickapoos. They didn't want war in those days in the 1800s. So in the beginning of the 19th, because my nana was born 18 something.
I don't think any sane person wants war.
No, but okay, let me explain. I forgot what I was gonna say, damn it.
Mm.
Okay. My nana had and their family, my ancestors, from their bloodline, my bloodline, they left because they didn't want war against the white man or even against their own people. So they took off, and the ones that opened the doors were Mexico, the Mexicanos. That's where my nana comes from, and over there. She was born there on the reservation. But that's where Kansas and Oklahoma is where they're really original from. And the Yaqui is the original in Arizona, which is all the Sonora Desert is Yaqui. So yeah, it's just very interesting once you know this not the story, but what your grandparents how you told you about their life, how they lived, how they survived, how you know having history in my bloodline as well. No one can't lie to me about that because they've been in it. The Alamo and of course my nana with Francisco Villa. I mean, no one can tell me different. What they told me. I believe my nana and my tata very well. Well, not my tata, but my nana. I wasn't born to know my tata. But and that's what they're doing right now. The same old.
Right.
It's like what's her name? Oh God, what's her name? She's from Canada, and she also spoke about Marley. I think that's her name. She also spoke about her people, how in those days they lived in the villages, right, in their own reservation. And when they went to these lands in Canada, they put these children to cut their hair and put them in their school system. And it is sad that because that's culture of theirs. You're not supposed to cut their hair, basically. So when I forgot the name of her tribe's name, but it's in Canada. And she once said that when they did that, the people in the village were very upset that they pulled their children out and say, no, we're going to teach our children in our reservation and not the lies and the deception of whoever was in that time with Canada. I think they call them white man too. I don't know. But they had to pull them out of the school system so they won't be taught the wrong way and lose their culture and their language. Applause them for that.
Right.
But and there's many tribes that don't care about their people. They just go along what they say, which is sad. Which is a lot of the elders.
True.
But, and then we see the Aztecas, Mayans, and Incas in America. Their generations, like to where I'm at, their generation is also the same thing. But what's the difference in that is that they're not teaching and or telling you you can't teach your culture to your children and grandchildren. They are
They,
proud to be who they are. They are proud to be natives. They are proud to tell their children, hey, this and this and that. They're proud because they don't want their
culture, way of
culture to
life.
die or their language. But see,
Yeah.
every country is different. Ours is screwed. But over there, it's not because they respect more their country than anything than us. I'm gonna say, our flag. They catch you burning their flag, you go to, you're gonna take time in prison. You put their flags on your has a tattoo or on your car or your clothing, you get put in jail. Well, every country is different. Before you go to that country and know their laws. because if you don't know them, then be careful. Because if they see that, doesn't matter if you did or didn't know, they still put you in jail for that reason. You have to pay a high price. And so they're very strict on their culture because of the last war that they had, you know. They fought for land and freedom, just like we're doing now, right now. You know, they fought for theirs, lands and freedoms.
Yeah.
And they have sworn that they will never go to war again. And I hope they keep the word still, because what going around all these countries, you never know, right? I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there because I know things, and I'm not gonna go into that detail. But but yeah, I hope they keep it the way it is, or else they're gonna lose it just like they're trying to make us lose ours, right? It's what belongs to the American people. So yeah, know your cultures, don't lose them, protect them, teach them to your children and grandchildren,
Right on.
right? Just like they taught me. They taught me very well how to survive. You know, how to catch wild pigs.
It's a shame that we've lost so
uh,
much.
yeah, we did. You know, yeah, we did. Learn how to shoot animals, you know, to survive. Not because you want to survive. It's a survival. I don't know who was here. Love you too. Huh? Oh, oh, okay.
They're having a love fest in the chat there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Down to dust. How are you? Thank you for coming. Oh, he goes to Matt, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I can't even. No one's typing in. Oh, there you go. Flat stuff. Why does that sound familiar?
I wonder if that's flat stuff Earth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, I just. I'm relaxing after working all day. Oh,
Awesome.
that's good. I know how that feels when I'm home. But anyways, I just hope everybody goes back to the culture. I really do. But time is ticking.
Well, for a lot of us, we don't even know what our culture is. I mean, which one do we pick?
You don't pick.
We don't pick.
I don't pick. I pick my native,
Uh,
my native ways.
I think if I chose them all, I'd have to go to war with myself,
I guess I'll want to.
or get in a pub fight with myself. Yeah. I don't really know which.
No, no, but there is a lot of info on each native that we cross our path.
It was flat stuff Earth.
Oh, was
He
it?
just, yeah, he just got on his
Hello,
other account.
all 13 tribes checking in.
Howdy, Larry.
Hey, Larry. Larry's always funny.
Five 13. He knows what he's about.
Yeah. Flat stuff, it is flatter. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, Hopefully, I get to see the powwow soon.
Yeah, I hear that.
Every time I see the powwow on a video, I just like, I just want to go to the powwow.
And it's been a long time since I've been.
Mm.
I was
It's a
very
long,
young.
uh, it's a long day on powwow, so it's a long day, and it's so many days out of the week when they do the powwow, because it's all the natives that come together has a powwow from
Yeah.
different states. So it's not just one tribe; it's all the tribes that come together. They do these powwows.
Yeah, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love and prosper. Aw. You too, so yeah, so Kimber left, right?
Oh
Matt
yeah.
stopped by. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of info coming out soon, hopefully, willingly, that's gonna blow people's mind apart.
Hmm.
They're gonna say, "Cats, that's our life. Cats this, cats that." Like that's why I have all the proof to back me up. So it's a matter of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's his name? RD. What is his name? RD. Or is
Hmm.
it
What's his name?
the one that always goes to the Hopi tribes?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
RDG. Uh, she's a flat earther. What's his name? RDG, I think. Wait,
Mhm.
anyways,
He's the one that interviewed Kima,
Kim. Yeah,
right?
he just went over there not long ago again. So I gotta send him a private message again. I still have his email, I think. Even though
Kima.
if I don't, I can find him. Yeah, I can find him.
Awesome.
Cause say like if he goes, I would like to go with someone else, to see what he's doing up there
Right.
to the reservation, just to, see and
Yeah,
hear.
see it for yourself. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And have you noticed that where the ruins of the Hopi tribes, where they first were at, and if you really look at it, it reminds you of ancient times.
What is it?
Okay. The where they live, the village. There is Okay, there's a village that they were at. Okay. For
Right.
some reason it got destroyed. So they moved the reservation somewhere else, which is a little ways up from where it's at now. But they still have what is it, their homes. Not all of it is destroyed. Some of it is, but not all. I would like to see that because that's where the roots are at more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, they built around the Sipapu,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, which is supposedly
Exactly.
where they entered the world at.
Exactly. That's why I said it's very important to go there.
Yeah.
But to go there, you got to get permission by the elders.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because they have to.
Otherwise you'd
They
have
have to show you.
graffiti all over the place and
Yeah, yeah. They have
yeah.
to. Yeah, but that will be a good field trip. I don't know if Betty's been there. I'm not
That's a
sure.
good question.
I should. I don't know how to get a hold of him.
You'll see him again. He'll pop up.
It would be nice if he popped up right now. We would have asked him that question. But I'll get a hold of him.
Always
Yeah,
leave him a message on his channel.
yeah. Well, he has a lot to say too. He's been traveling through these states as well, parks, campgrounds, in other words.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm getting tired. I don't know how long I've been on.
Hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah, you don't see the counter?
No.
1 hour, 30 minutes and 8 seconds.
1 hour. I just say it's 1 hour. That's what I see. They're hiding the other. My God.
No, I see it's highlighted in red. I can't miss it.
What did JB say? I'm okay with flat on the ball. I just want to know. I'm new on that stuff. JB, Larry could tell you. Larry could tell him.
Howdy, Mr. Brimley.
Hi, Mr. Brimley. For Brimley, and I have what? Globitis.
Globitis
Oh.
or globites.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Nightbot's acting up.
Not nightfall.
No, it's somebody with an account.
Intentional to destroy you. Haha, nightfall.
And then the real Nightbot comes in with group hugs. That's kind of ironic.
Well, look at what it says.
Yeah.
Hope it's not my nightball.
No, it's not. Your Nightbot is a mod.
Yeah. No, I can destroy the nightball. Ha ha ha. All right, whatever. Freaking troll.
Somebody have fun. No big deal.
Well, I'll have fun too.
Like flat stuff Earth. Right again.
Larry, did you bring him in here? Larry, shame on you. You brought him in here. Oh my God. I will send that to the doctor. I'm the real one. He took my job.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Now the real one has another. Oh, never. Oh my lordy. How funny. Makes me laugh. With these people. I remember when they used to get on my nerves, man. No, I just laugh.
I remember when I didn't even know what a troll was. I thought they were just dumb. I'd sit there and try to tell them, you know. I had no idea what a troll was. I think it made them mad.
Probably so.
I couldn't just
Oh,
sit behind a computer trolling people,
me either.
you know. Yeah.
What did they get? I don't know what they get the kick out of.
Well, I think a lot of them get paid. Probably not all of them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Trolls live under bridges. Nightbot lives in your computer. Two totally different things.
this rock. Very dangerous. You can't wait to see it. Oh, Larry, what'd you bring?
There's also bots out there. Actually, I had a bot come in and show me at one point on a comment section.
Mhm.
I told it not to have a nice day, and it debunked me. Very
Really?
strange. Yeah, I think it was a human assisted bot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it might be Zuya 420,
Huh?
the night bot.
Oh, who's 420? By the way, this is Zoe 420. Is it really you? Joe, is that you? Really?
Oh, there's Kenny. What's up, Kenny?
Oh,
Flat Earth
hey,
dude.
Flat Earth dude. Yeah, looks like a Native American princess in 420. Yeah.
Kenny.
I don't think Vinny will be around here. That's
I hope not.
Have you seen him, Larry?
That's funny.
Then it is him. All right.
Oh, no doubt, Larry.
What?
Flat Earth dude doesn't have a D in front of his name.
Huh?
The
Oh,
the Flat Earth dude.
trolls are coming in.
Well, it's bound to happen.
You got it?
Big fan of cats is Flat Stuff Earth.
Dude, Earth is flat, dude. Really, man? Okay, who's who then? It's the cat. I'm a big fan of cats. Who's that?
That's Flat Stuff Earth.
Mm, you're getting me confused now. Dude, Earth is flat, dude. Alrighty then. Jim Carrey. Who's freaking troll? Wait, I gotta get going. Getting late. It's been a long
Yeah.
day.
We'll have to get our
Out of
heads together for next time.
Well, yeah. I was tired. A whole long day. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't have to get up early.
There's Jim Carrey. Hmm. What's this? Well, all right. I'm gonna head out, you guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, y'all.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is flatter. Dude, then
Probably not.
I'll find out. I'll find out. Yeah, it is him.
No.
No?
That's not his main account, I don't think. Only shows 18 subscribers.
It can't be. Oh my Lord. Every time we talk about grandfather, right?
Every time. That's all right. That's all right. They heard it. It's in their subconscious now. There's no unhearing it.
I'll ask Flat Earth dude if that was him or not.
Yeah.
Good night, Don. See y'all tomorrow at Matt. I'm not putting no link down. I'm heading out. I'm too tired.
Yeah. Much love, y'all.
Blessings. See you guys soon, I hope. But keep in touch. This Zoo, how many accounts do you have, dude? It's really Flat Earth dude. Huh? You got a lot of accounts. Ay, it's hombre. All right. I'm going back. Good night, everybody. Everyone, have a safe night, a weekend if I don't talk to you.
Howdy. That way. Just popped in.
Mine comes late for some reason. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Hey, that way. But I guess we all see whoever knows Matt. I'll see you guys there. Mañana. Call for backup video. Give me a break. But anyways, all right, whatever. All right. Good night, everybody.